So we installed MongoDB Server Community Edition on our local development machine. Now, in order to work with MongoDB Server installed in our local development machine, we need a tool in order to connect to MongoDB Server and perform database operations. And one such tool provided by MongoDB company is Mongo Shell. So here in this download page, if I go to tools, there you will see we have a tool called MongoDB Shell. And if I click on this MongoDB Shell link, it will take us to the download page for downloading MongoDB Shell. Now, what is MongoDB Shell? Basically, MongoDB Shell is a command line interface in order to connect to MongoDB server and perform database operations on MongoDB server. So, Mongo Shell is a command line tool that allows us to interact directly with a MongoDB database using commands. And we can use Mongo Shell to perform different tasks. For example, we can connect to a MongoDB server installed locally or to a MongoDB server hosted on cloud using Mongo Shell. We can also create and manage databases and collections directly from Mongo Shell, and we can also perform CRUD operations. We can run MongoDB queries and aggregation commands directly from Mongo Shell. And we can also use Mongo Shell to view and verify data and to troubleshoot and test database related issues. So let's go ahead and let's download and install MongoDB Shell, and let's see how we can use it to connect to the local installation of the MongoDB server. So here you can see the current version of MongoDB Shell is 2.10 and the previous version was 1.0. So we are going to install this latest version of MongoDB Shell. Again, since I'm using Windows operating system 64-bit, I'm going to select the platform as Windows 64. If you're using any other operating system, it should be automatically selected here. If not, you can select it from this drop-down. All right. And here, instead of installing this zip file, I'm going to install the MSI package. So I'll select MSI and let's click on this download button. So the download of MongoDB Shell has started. Once the download is complete, we are going to install MongoDB Shell. So let's wait for this download to complete. So download is complete. Let's double click on this MSI file. And again, it has opened this installation wizard. On the first page of this installation wizard, simply click on this next button. Here, you can specify the path where you want to install MongoDB Shell. I'm going to keep this default path selected here. And also, if you want to install MongoDB Shell for all the users of this system, you can uncheck this checkbox. But if you check this checkbox, in that case, Mongo Shell will only be installed for the current user. So here you can see I'm the current user. So if this checkbox is checked, in that case, MongoDB Shell is going to be installed only for me. Only I'll be able to use MongoDB Shell in this system. So I can uncheck this checkbox, and in that case, MongoDB Shell will be installed in C program files mongosh folder. Let's click on next and let's click on this install button. And let's wait for the installation to complete. So you can see the installation of MongoDB Shell is complete. Let's click on finish button. And now we want to start MongoDB Shell. For that, what we can do is we can open command prompt. For that, in the search bar, you can simply type CMD or command prompt and then press enter. It is going to open the command prompt window. There, all you have to do is you have to type mongosh. Okay, so Mongo sh, and there should not be any space. And if I press enter, you will see that now Mongo shell has started and it is connected to the local installation of MongoDB server. Remember that by default, the local installation of MongoDB server runs on localhost colon on this port number. So the default port number is 27017. So this is the default port number on which the local installation of MongoDB server runs. Okay, and this is the connection string in order to connect to the local installation of MongoDB server. Let's say you want to connect to your MongoDB server from a Node.js app or from a tool like Compass, then in that case, you will have to use this connection string in your app, or you will have to specify this connection string in the tool from where you want to connect to the local installation of MongoDB server. Okay, then here you can also see that which version of MongoDB server is installed. If you remember, we installed this 8.3.8 version of MongoDB server, and here you can also see the version of Mongo shell which is installed on this machine. Okay, so now we are connected to local installation of MongoDB server from Mongo shell. When we run this mongosh command, it started Mongo shell, and from there we are connected to the local installation of MongoDB server. Now here, if you want to see what are the databases available in the local installation of MongoDB server, all you can do is you can run this command show DBs. If I press enter, it is going to list all the databases which is currently available in the fresh installation of MongoDB server. So these are the three system databases which is available in the local installation of MongoDB server. So these are the three default databases which comes with MongoDB server when you install it for the first time. Okay, then here we also have this test database, but this test database is not created yet. Now we will talk about this test database, and we will talk about creating databases and creating collection in those databases in the coming lectures of this course. But for now, as you can see that using Mongo shell, we are able to connect to the local installation of MongoDB server. And here we are able to connect to MongoDB server from Mongo shell because currently MongoDB server is running as a background service. So if I go to services, there you can see that this MongoDB server, it is running as a background service. Now if I go ahead and if I stop this service, so now we have stopped this MongoDB service which was running in the background. And now if we try to connect to MongoDB server, so let's go back to Mongo shell. Let me clear everything here by typing CLS, and let me also stop the mongosh process. And to stop mongosh process, all we have to do is we have to press Ctrl C, and let's press Ctrl C one more time. And now Mongo shell process has been terminated. Let's clear the console again. And now if I try to connect to the local installation of MongoDB server again by running this mongosh command, let's see what happens. So you will see that this time when I'm trying to connect to the local installation of MongoDB server using this mongosh command, I'm getting this error. So here we are getting Mongo network error, and it says that there was a connection error. So connection was refused on localhost port number 27017. And the simple reason for that is now MongoDB server is not running as the background service. We have stopped that service. If I go ahead and if I start this service and if I run this mongosh command after that, in that case, Mongo shell will be able to connect to MongoDB server again. But I'm not going to do that as of now because let's say while installing MongoDB server on your local development machine, let's say you uncheck the checkbox for starting the MongoDB server as a background service. So in that case, this MongoDB background service will not be created. And in that case, you will have to run MongoDB server as a service in the foreground. So in the next lecture, I also want to show you how you can run MongoDB service in the foreground. So in case if MongoDB server is not running as a background service, you can also start it in the foreground. So next, let's learn how we can start MongoDB server as a service in the foreground.